Hey, welcome back YouTube to more MSQ playthrough. We're just gonna pick up right where we left off and talk to Urianger. Let's dive into it. MSQ, might I prevail upon thee to confer with Seto in private? Task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth most. Tell him of thy many great deeds. Spoken in earnest, thy words may yet move him to change his mind. You have spoken with my brethren, and you see it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not anymore. None of us can. To those who have placed a gentle hand on us, even once fills our hearts with untold sorrow. To lose them, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. This is something I must do. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing so compel the Feyfolk to change. And in order to obtain the other relics, you will already have paid the due price. Not more is owed. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? To save the world. What did you say? The very words. Could it be mere coincidence? Very well. You may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin Eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them. I will consider you, giving you the relic. See that you are well prepared, then meet me in the clearing to the east. There, I will lure out the fiends that you may slay them. We need to switch to Dark Knight. I was on Paladin because I was leveling it up with roulettes so that I could be ready for Endwalker. Gotta have it at least at 80. Will use my voice to lure out the Sin Eaters as I once did when I hunted with an old friend. A feeble cry for the ravenous, a mighty roar for the territorial. I still remember the tricks. But come, we begin at your signal. Ready then. Very well. Ooh, that's a lot of them. Oh, I forgot to turn off Discord sounds. I'm so sorry. I'll fix that here in a second, y'all. There you go. You made short work of those creatures. I will not deny it. I have seen enough. Let us return to Wolkdorf. Just literally like around the corner. By the ease with which you slew those sin-eaters, I see that you are capable. However, I still require time to think, and if you should be willing, there is a favor I would ask of you. This is not a test of your strength, but a personal request. Please hear my tale. A while ago, I fought sin-eaters who had wandered into Ilmeg. In the heat of battle, I dropped a prized possession, a medallion. Of all the places that it should fall, it was Longmere Lake. We Amaro are not fond of water. We certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Fwath, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I had despaired of retrieving my treasure, but having seen what you are capable of, perhaps you will be able to find it. While I ponder your request for the shoes, will you not go and search for my medallion? If it should elude even you, I will accept that it is gone forever. That is far. We'll see you in a sec. Alright, we've got his medallion. I'm just gonna teleport. Ah, you are returned. How fared your search?
Ah, my medallion! You found it! Oh, I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul. He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again when I was young. In those days, I could not speak, but we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories. This medallion he found during an adventure, fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime. I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy. His name was Artbert, and he was my friend.
Artbert, thou sayest?
Everyone blamed him for the flood, him and his comrades. Some few spoke up for them, of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names as a curse. It was too much to bear, and so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Ardbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles of others. Yet, in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least.
I'm sure Ardbert knows how you feel.
You remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due perhaps to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely. It is reminiscent of Ardbert's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel that this is more than mere coincidence. Which is why I will place my faith in you. The relic. It is yours.
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
Has something happened at Lida Loran?
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Ilmeg. At first they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
Ranjit. If he manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught. As thou sayest. Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Light Warden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible. If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Light Warden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers. Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success. So the moment the lights go out, we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Let me come with you. I have the blessing too.
No, Minfelia. You'll only get underfoot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
Forgive me. It seems my indecision has cost you precious time, but I am convinced now. Convinced that you will triumph. To the south you will find the bridge to Ligia. As the bearer of the 4 relics, the gate to the castle will open to you. Alright, how are we gonna get there? I see. Well, we'll see you in a sec. Faol. The gate has recognized that you bear all 4 relics. The seal is broken. All that remains is to enter the castle and confront Titania, being bereft of reason and mercy. It is sure to be a ferocious battle, but if anyone can bring an end to our king's torment, it is you. Yet know this, my adorable sapling. Though we Fey folk may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. To take back as much as is taken, to create as much as is destroyed, to give as much as is received. In all things, balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. But worry not, come what may, your beautiful branch will ever be at your side. The Dancing Plague now accessible. Alright, as soon as we get a Q pop, we'll see you in there, y'all. Okay, we got a Q pop. Thanks to Zaya, aka Buns, the bestie, for coming along as a healer, because that was almost instant. Who goes there? Are you the one who broke the seal? Ah, so much time lost. So much frolicking and feasting left undone. We must make up for it. We must. Beginning by playing with you.
Come and play! For the night is bright and you can sleep when you're dead.
We did it. Heck yeah, we get to see Night again. Oh, that's super satisfying. It's all dark in the castle. Ooh, it's all dark in here. Thank you, Zaya. Amazing. We got the insta-queue and everything. Special thanks to Zaya for sure. Thank you, Buns. Oh, yeah.
You have freed our fallen king. Not that I expected any less, my Snayak.
Snayak. There's those, the relics.
The crown, the scepter, the shoes. The time has come for these relics to serve their true purpose. For they are not only keys to the castle, they are also blessings to be bestowed upon the new king. The way into the castle is opened when it is time to relieve the reigning monarch of the throne. And the brave soul who does the deed has the honor of taking their place. However, should you ascend the throne, you will become one of us, never again to live as men do.
We can't do that.
Adorable sapling, my precious mortal. We Fae folk live forever, but such is not your virtue. To strive for a dream you will never see, to sow seeds that others might one day taste the fruits of your garden, that is the beauty of your kind. Burn bright and shine as only you can. These blessings, your lovely branch will accept in your stead.
The glow up, though.
Kinla, Ilishla, Ilmek, Okbra. Now, shall we attend to those unwise enough to trespass in our realm? Confound it! How did they get here so fast?
Damn these pixies and their tricks!
How in the seven hells?
Listen well.
Because he's not fully mortal. Look at his ass. He's part Sin Eater now.
You know who and where they are. Now show yourselves and answer me before I lose my patience.
Oh, stop! It hurts! It hurts!
Enough! Lift the enchantment!
Minfilia, willful child. How many times must I come to collect you?
I won't return to your maw. And I won't let you hurt my friends.
What is this stance? Where did you learn it? No oracle I trained would make such an unseemly show of herself. Know your shame, gal. You're powerless. You have no life nor purpose, save that which our master sees fit to permit.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life?
I mean, you've kind of been going along the same lines, my guy. You put a lot of restrictions on her, dude.
If she was powerless, it's because of you, you sanctimonious swine. But no longer.
It's a very, very close close-up.
Fool. Defiance only begets more
Gets
suffering.
better.
It is through acceptance alone that one may find solace in this god's-forsaken world.
Look, the sky. He's done it. The warrior of darkness has triumphed. General, what are our orders? What do we do?
We do what we came to do. Subdue this rabble and find the warrior of darkness.
Forward, men! Take the villains captive! Are you deaf? I said...
Ooh.
What's happening? Water? That wasn't there before.
Orwai Kansasi, Orwai Kinsi.
What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourselves, damn it! General, they come in greater numbers. We must retreat.
All who stand with a warrior of darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
I see. Well, it's a good thing Feaul volunteered to become king in your stead, for all our sakes.
We are grateful for your timely aid, Feaul, or should I say, your majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us but wished to make the most of it. That's something you must remember about us Fae folk. Though our existence may be eternal, we exist only for the present. We live in the here and now, paying no mind to futures that may or may not be. To wit, we are not driven as men are. We cannot fight for such causes as men do.
Does that mean you won't aid us against the Sin Eaters?
Not unless the mood takes us. But if it was to repay a debt, well then, that's another matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create as much as is destroyed. To give as much as is received. Such is the way of Ilmeg. By this law, we shall lend you our strength. In return for the beautiful sky you have restored to us. In times of need, do not hesitate to call.
I'll be sad to lose you.
Silly sapling. I shall remain at your side. Even should my body be in the castle, 'tis a simple thing to have a little part of me accompany you. Treat them as you would your Isnefis.
Ne'er a moment did I doubt that thou wouldst triumph over thy foe. Yet the majesty of thine achievement delighteth me nonetheless. Night hath returned to Ilmeg, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom, and averting the eighth Cumbral calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the Fae folk put the Umorans to flight. 'Twas a sight to raise the spirits, I do assure thee. Ah, but what valuable allies they might prove, were the mood only to make them. I knew you could do it, and not only because of your blessing. You have a strength all on your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going. Together, needless to say. To the bitter end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fae folk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Yulmor's attentions, but I would sooner see more for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for us all when I say that I've had a belly full of Ilmeg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Yulmor was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Why, he's gonna show his face? To us? In person?
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity... I am Emmett Selk, Ascian.
Gaius spoke of you, a native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all, but that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the Source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised, the proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Okay. There was a paragraph there that I accidentally skipped because the pressure on when I was resting my hand on the mouse. It was... But this time I thought, yeah, that so come shed your preconceptions, see beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, you may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. Proud discoverers of path of cooperation and opposition. Think of it. Yeah, okay. Wasn't too bad. Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first. We should report to the Exarch. You can run along, MSQ. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you earned a rest. Go on. Take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. Well, that's probably going to do it for this one. That was fun. I feel like we got a lot done within this time. Wrapped up Ilmeg. We got rid of Ranjit. Spoke with Emmett Selk. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you're enjoying everything thus far, and definitely subscribe for more.